Hi friends, Robert here for Diverse Opals. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, and thank you to those of you who have been subscribing, for those of you that have been leaving likes, and also for comments. Before you today is a stone that I've actually completed the surface of. It's a textured surface, and I felt it as a challenge to think, how can I actually keep this textured surface without actually grinding it all away. So I've come up with some ideas, and I'm sorry that I actually haven't been able to do this, to share this process with you with this particular piece. But we're going to try and duplicate it again in the processing of another stone. It's not exactly the same, but it does have a textured surface, and I think these textured surfaces can be actually quite pretty. In front of me, in front of you, is a piece of boulder. It is a piece that is nothing special, but what I want to talk about is the processes. Can we polish a surface like this that actually has this texture on it? And to start with, we're going to use a nylon brush. Now, this nylon brush is in fact a silicon carbide nylon brush, and I'm assuming that the manufacturers of this particular nylon brush have impregnated the nylon with silicon carbide particles. I'd say they're very fine because it doesn't have much of an effect or a noticeable effect on the surface of the stone. But what we'll do is we'll start out with this particular piece, and through working with it, I'm hoping that it'll actually clean the surface of this without removing too much of the actual material. Yes, we've got an area here which is already fairly flat, and we will work upon this area as well. So we'll start out and we will just work with the brush and some water, and we'll see how things turn out. I'll probably use about a medium speed, and we'll just systematically work across the stone. Well, there is some changes to the surface of this, and it looks a little bit shinier, it looks a little bit cleaner. And the next thing I'll do is to use my ultrasonic cleaner. I actually want to clean out any debris from this, and then we'll move on to the next stage. This isn't a very long process. As we can see, the boulder is now sitting in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I'll just turn it on, and you should be able to see quite quickly. You can see all the dirt coming out of the stone very quickly. The dirt is obviously visible, but there'll also be particles of other things that perhaps are remnant abrasive left from the previous from this last process. That's how quickly it's cleaned. So this process is now done, and systematically as we go through this process, I am going to clean the stone because there is porosity in this particular piece, but we can see it looks a little bit cleaner now. Although I'd hoped to use a brush for this entire process, I've come to the conclusion that this surface here, which is partially ground already, is not going to give me the results that I want. So I'm going to be using a medium grade sintered diamond burr to even this out a little bit, this side here. Well, we're back from the workshop, and here we have the stone that we started out with. It's a finished item, and although it was not exactly what I was wanting to show you, and it was a bit of a challenge along the way, I am happy with the way it's turned out. I've used a mixture of nylon brush, incorporating the use of diamond compound, and also using traditional methods for myself, which is felt or sintered diamond burrs, felt with diamond to polish the flatter section. But it's an interesting piece overall. It has some lovely colour. It's not a real gem, but it has some lovely character, and the front is nice, but also the actual back has a nice texture in itself, nice patterns, and that's the beauty of Boulder. With regard to the piece that was the inspiration for this video, I've finished off the back and I've finished off the sides and just tied it up in general. I think that this is actually quite a pretty piece, and for those of you that may encounter this type of material when you have rough, and rather than discarding it or putting it aside and saying, well, this is too hard, perhaps you can think about the processes that I've used to achieve this result. The processes for this one are mostly nylon wheel, the uses of diamond compound, 3,000, 14,000 and 50,000, and I finished finally the surface, the top, with a rag mop, about a 20mm rag mop, and using 50,000 diamond paste. So tell me what you think, leave a comment, and I hope that this video has been of use to you in making use of all of your boulder. I hope that you've learned something from this video and put it into practice in your own cutting techniques. I'm Robert for Diverse Opals. Thank you for watching.